How do you start a conversation with someone for the first time?
English lessons.
Talking to new people is a great way to practice your English and, of course, to make new friends. Today I'm going to give you 3 pieces of advice about what to do and what not to do to get better at starting conversations. The first piece of advice is find common ground. If you're meeting someone for the first time, you must have something in common because otherwise, how would you meet them? Identify the thing in common and prepare to talk about it. Before I knew this rule, I used to find it really hard to start conversations with people I didn't know. Once I met someone at a party and I said, "Hi, this cake is nice." The other person said, "Oh, good." And then we just stood next to each other in silence for a really long time. Now I've learned that I need to identify common ground before starting a conversation. So if Nishma invites me to her party, the thing I have in common with the other guests is that we know Nishma. So I'll prepare questions like, "So, how do you know Nishma?" If you're meeting new colleagues, then you can prepare questions about work, like, "So what are you working on at the moment?" Or, "How long have you worked here?" If you're at an event like a concert or a gig and you want to talk to other people in the audience, prepare questions about what you're seeing on stage, like, "Have you seen this band live before?" You can even practice these questions in the mirror at home to build up your confidence. The second piece of advice is to practice asking follow-up questions. This could have saved my cake conversation. When the other person said, "Oh, good," I could have asked a follow-up question like, "Have you tried it?" Or, "I love baking. How about you?" You can practice this at home too. If you're watching a film or a series and 2 characters meet for the first time, pause it and think of 3 follow-up questions that they could ask in the conversation. If you practice this at home, it will soon become a natural habit and you won't have to think too hard to come up with a good follow-up question. The third piece of advice is read the room. Last week, I was at a bar with a friend and he was telling me about his problems at work. When he paused for breath in the middle of a sentence, this guy next to us said, "Oh, do you like this band that's playing?" We were in the middle of a conversation. We both answered him politely and then turned back to talk to each other. And eventually he walked away. The problem here was that he didn't check the signs to see if we wanted to talk to him before he started the conversation. He didn't follow the 3rd rule. Sometimes people just don't want to talk to you. When this happens, try not to take it personally. Maybe it's just not the right time. They might be busy or they might be waiting to talk to someone else. Make sure you check the signs. If someone doesn't want to talk to you, they will probably give very short answers and they won't ask you any questions. If this happens, say something polite like, "Well, it was nice to meet you," and then you can leave with your dignity intact. You can practice that one at home in the mirror as well. So there you go. 3 tips that you can practice at home until you feel confident starting a conversation with anybody. Find common ground, use follow-up questions, and read the room. So what are you waiting for? Get practicing now and then get out there and start having conversations with all your new friends. You could even tell them all about our mini English lessons.